We continue our getaway to Cowder State Park this week on Pole House Blackpot Weekend Getaways. On the menu, fancy French toast. So stick around.
Barking at? Hey, Ibis. You ready for breakfast? I'm always ready for breakfast, Dad. There you go, baby.
Oh,
Morning coffee time.
yeah, it is.
Iris just got our breakfast, and oh, here and I, first time I sat down here, and sun's in my eyes. Well, I didn't get the right angle for our video.
That's all right.
Beginning, but hope you liked last week's video when we first got here to Cowder State Park. And now it's Saturday morning, and we've got coffee going and kind of sitting a little bit. Iris ate her breakfast, and we're gonna kind of have our coffee a little bit, and we're gonna start on some breakfast.
Yep, it rained last night.
Yeah, we had a lot of, I don't know if I got it good on video or not. We had quite a bit of lightning and thunder, and then we had a little bit of wind, but not a lot of rain, but we did get some. Right.
Enough to make Iris
Late
go underneath
evening.
the bed and not come out.
Yeah. She wasn't too happy. She doesn't like the thunder at all. So, alrighty, we're gonna rest here a little bit, have a little bit of our coffee, and then we'll get breakfast started. So we'll be back here in a few minutes. We didn't tell you we were doing our morning hellos, what we're gonna make for breakfast, and we're gonna do a gourmet French toast. So I might have already sliced up the French bread, so it's gonna kind of start drying a little bit. Although it's kind of humid, it's probably not gonna dry very much. But anyway, we're gonna start with a couple different steps. I've never made this, so hopefully it works out good. So let me see here. It says 3 eggs and 1 egg yolk. So we're gonna put that in this bowl. Egg shell's kind of hard. Okay. 3 eggs, 1 egg yolk. We're making this lemon curd first, which is kind of like a fancy, I don't know what the difference between lemon curd and lemon pudding. Made kind of like
pie filling.
Or pie filling, kind of made the same, seems like. Whoops, I went the wrong way. Whoops. I was supposed to put the yolk, not the white, in this one. Okay, so we're going to pull out part of the white. There we go. Okay, so we're going to whisk our 3 eggs and 1 egg yolk together real quick. Okay, that's the first step. Set this aside. Next, we have to get us a little pan. We're going to use this little stock pot. And it takes 3, let's see, half a cup of sugar. Put that in there. Quarter cup, yep. Sugar in. Okay. And 5 tablespoons of butter. Put that in.
Have you told them what you're fixing?
Mm-hmm.
Lemon curd, but what's it going on? It's breakfast.
Yeah, we're doing gourmet French toast. I think I said it. Yeah, we're doing gourmet French toast. In case I forgot to mention that. Okay, next. Okay. We also need lemon juice. And another thing we forgot, Tracy was so nice to send us a lemon juicer, and then we forgot it at home. So we're not going to be using that. So we got to do it the old-fashioned way. It's supposed to be this juice. Fresh juice is about 1/4 of a cup, which is about from 3 lemons. So that's what we're going to be using. Alright, so we did our sugar, butter, and lemon juice in here. So the next step is we got to get this on a burner and get it heated up. So we're using this little, I don't think it's going to take a lot of heat. We're using this little Coleman lantern burner. Lighter. See what this wind's going to do. Wind comes up by the time I get ready to light it. Let this warm up just a second. Hanging on here. We're going to kind of keep it stirred because that sugar is in there. It'll kind of burn on the bottom, but don't kind of get that butter melting in there.
So you think this is like a pudding, right?
Yeah. Pudding or pie filling or something like that. Just melt it.
And where'd you get this inspiration?
Well, we went to some of the different restaurants around, and I think one of them is I think IHOP even has it, where they do a gourmet French toast, different things with, instead of just putting syrup on, which is nothing wrong with butter and syrup on French toast, they did some different fruit and things like that. So, and I think they do a lemon ricotta something I've seen. So, in this case, we're going to do the lemon curd and some fresh blueberries. So, something a little different. We're also going to do an extra crunch factor, because a lot of times, you know, the key with a lot of foods is also texture. And if you have something that's soft, sometimes you add a little extra texture to it for crunch. Makes this, you know, appeasing to the palate even a little bit better. So we'll show you how we're going to do that here in a minute too. When we get ready to actually make the French toast. But gotta get this cheese, get the lemon curd done first. And then they can be set aside and cool. And you could actually make this the night before and actually chill it and have it cold and do whatever you want to do with it. Sure, there's lots of other uses you can do with this. So, you don't want to get this real hot because you don't want to scramble the eggs, of course. So, give the eggs a last whisk a little bit. And then we're going to stir them in. Butter's almost melted. Now, if you've ever made homemade pudding, it's basically the same idea. That's why I think it's kind of just like a pudding. You keep stirring on this pretty constant until you start to cover the back of a metal spoon. Now, I don't know if we have a metal spoon in here, but we'll find out here in a minute. You got to keep it stirring it so, and not over a high heat, because you don't want to bring it to a boil. You don't want to scramble the eggs. So,
lemon and scrambled eggs. Ew.
Now, if we have wire strainer, if we do, we'll probably strain this, because a lot of times they tell you that one thing to strain it, because if you get any little pieces of something, maybe the little bit of egg might get clumpy in there, which is not surprising. You can strain it, make it a little bit smoother. So, just a few minutes. Shouldn't take real long, just a few minutes here. So we'll kind of come back here in a minute when we get it kind of starting to thicken. Okay, Angel is going to do something else to add to this dinner.
One of the things we forgot was syrup. We were planning on putting blueberries in this. I need a little bit of water, honey.
Okay.
Just a little bitty.
Here, I'll just use it as everything handy.
That's good.
So yep, we did blueberries. And
I need a little pinch of sugar or salt too.
Okay. Do it again.
Look at how pretty that's looking.
Yeah, beautiful. That's gonna make a nice syrup.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so we put 2 eggs, whisk them real good. Now we're making our egg wash for our French toast. We're going to add a little bit of vanilla. And also add a little bit of milk. And we're not baking, so we're not worried about trying to be 100%. Pretty rich egg. I may add just a little bit more milk. Okay. Also, when we're doing syrup at home, I usually never put any sugar in.
When you're doing French toast at home.
Yeah, for this, yeah. But I'm going to add just a little bit since we're not using that extra sweet syrup. So, about a teaspoon is all, not a lot. And some cinnamon. Put this together. I think that's going to be all we need. Some breakfast sausage cooking over there. We got we're trying a new, that's a new sausage we got from our local locker that's opened up recently. We're going to see how it
when the sausage is done, we'll come back.
Yeah. Now remember I talked about the crunch factor? We have 1 bag of corn flakes. Never seen this done with French toast, but I think I've seen people actually use it for fried chicken or something like that one time. So we don't have to make them real crunch stuff, but just some. And then, okay, we're gonna do like they say, what they say not to do when you're cooking and eating. We're gonna double dip in a different way. Okay, so we're gonna put some of these on there. Okay, I'm gonna get one more thing out to put these on before we get ready to cook them, because they're almost ready to cook. Need to turn our griddle down, it was getting a little hot. Okay, so for this, in the goodie, okay, in here, back in here, and over here. We're going to do a couple of them at a time. I'm going to switch them up a little bit more. Okay. Okay, so there's a little bit of butter on here. Okay. And now do the same thing for the other 4.
So we'll be back.
These sausages were raw, so we gotta make sure they get good and done. Now, we didn't do this. If you really wanted to make it smooth, make it presentable better, you would run it when it was still hot. You'd run it through a nice wire mesh strainer thing and kind of press it through to get out any little bit of lumps and stuff. So, but we didn't take the time to do that, and it tastes just as good. All right, here we go.
Oh, that's easy for you to say there.
That's pretty tasty. I don't know if I did allow the crunch factor from the cornflakes. I don't know if it was worth the cornflakes, but still good.
Yeah, it is. So.
Think so? Didn't bring a knife. Oh well. We got some over in the camper.
Ooh, guess what? That's a little warm.
And that was not how it cooked.
No, Leslie, that is not how it cooked. Not that she's gonna watch these videos. She thinks we're nuts.
Those are a nice little primitive spot. There's 2, I think, in here that actually have little tent camping. We stayed at the one at Cowder River before it was time to set up the tent on it, wasn't it?
Yep.
So of course there, we're kind of making a loop. This is the way back out, but there's a nice restroom. I don't know if there's any laundry. Did you look, honey?
Yes, there is
There's laundry there. So
we're gonna go back this way.
this is kind of cool. They have a camo Santa right there at their office. And you can get, go ahead, hon.
Santa's sleigh went down the hill.
Yeah, the wind last night. You can buy firewood bundles for $6 here and a nice sized bag of ice for only $3. So if you need ice, this is a good place to get it.
Do you see the Christmas decorations there? We do.
Right there. Going here. Here's an amphitheater. Walk back on that trail.
You can see the seating there.
Yeah, I didn't zoom in, so you probably can see it.
I'll zoom in.
Here is one that I noticed is pretty nice, decorated for Christmas right here. Pretty cool. A nice looking air.
Look at them little dogs.
I think they're competing against these over here. If we see them. There are a total of about 40 campsites at here at Cowder State Park, and there's everything from, there's some 50 amp with full service, you know, water and sewer, where we just crossed up there in the front. There's also some primitive, and we're at a regular 30 amp site, and most of all of those are like a lot of state parks. There's no water or sewer, but there are water bibs kind of scattered throughout the campground. We can go and top off water like we just fill up our water jugs, take it back to our camp, but there's no place you can permanently hook up. There's also a dump station, which is right over here beside the restroom. So, and this is kind of nice. It's kind of up on a hill here with lots of trees, of course, around. And, you know, they don't put Missouri state parks in places that are not pretty.
Get a picture of that sign.
Now, this is kind of neat. For Christmas in July, they did a neat thing here.
It's Mr. Grinch.
Yep, stink, stank, stunk
At the bathroom.
at the restroom for.
Well, that about does it for this weekend getaway. If you like this video, give us a
Thumbs up.
share us on Facebook or Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell notification. We'll see you next week.
Yep, next week we're going to conclude our camping here at Cowder State Park. So we'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.